That's my dad, Coach Sebastian. I grew up playing competitive tennis, and from the ages of probably 9 to 23, I was on a tennis court for 2 to 3 hours a day. My dad was my coach. He was also my dad. He was my high school teacher, my mentor, my hero, the best man at my wedding, and my closest advisor to today. Throughout my youth, he taught me lessons through tennis that as I've grown into a man, or I'm on my way, I've recognized they mean as much in life and business and in leadership. Over the past couple of years, my dad has appeared in venues like this or via video in offsites I've done, and he summarizes lessons that he taught me playing tennis growing up that we could translate within our team and what they meant to leadership or where we were right then as Googlers. But what I came here to talk about today was one Uber lesson. I wanted to channel my Coach Sebastian with something that meant the most to me growing up. One lesson, one line he delivered, he hammered home every day as he built my game and playing tennis. Big shots are only little shots who keep shooting. This was a poster my dad gave me when I was 9 years old, just as we had begun on my tennis career together. This was a plaque he gave me when I was 11, the first time I beat him in tennis. The same age that my son Will is today, age 11, though my son can't touch me in tennis. There were 3 parts to this lesson that, again, my dad always talked to me about. It wasn't just the poster. 3 elements that, as I lived my life, again, meant a lot. But as I thought about an Uber lesson that I could share with you in 5 minutes, maybe 7, that could translate well to all of you in this room as leaders and what we face the next couple of years, this rang true. And I want to talk to you a little bit about this. 3 elements to this lesson. Number 1, there is simply no substitute for hard work. You can't become a big shot unless you put in the time. I wasn't a remarkable athlete. I didn't come out of the womb swinging a tennis racket. I hit 3,000 tennis balls for almost 15 years, every day. 3,000 tennis balls. I put in the work. The same principle applies to us in business and to our teams today. We have a lot of work ahead of us. Google is a tough place to work. Winning at Google in this environment, this competitive environment, this street fight, is a grind. But your teams have to put in the work. How do you get great in front of a customer? You practice the pitch over and over and over again. How do you respond to a product objection or a question from a customer? You put in the work to understand what all of our products can and can't do. Have you ever seen Avinash in front of a customer or an audience? Do you think he just drops by and instantly creates that magic on the spot? No way. He has put in the work and looks at every angle of the customer experience with that client and puts in the time to generate his greatness. He's a big shot, but he put in the work and he does it over and over again. Number 2, the best leaders, the big shots, are always the ones that show the rest of us how to work. My dad was my high school tennis coach. I had to be at practice 30 minutes before my first teammate showed up on the court hitting tennis balls, and after the last teammate left, 45 minutes I was out there with my dad. He always said the team would follow my lead, but I had to roll up my sleeves and show them what was required to be great and to lead from the front. Wayne Gretzky grew up on the ice. He lived on the ice. He loved to perfect his game. Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, was the first in the gym. Tom Brady still practices like he was drafted 199th out of a second-tier university. These big shots are only little shots who kept shooting, and they lead their teams by showing what is required to be great. Sure, this place is complex. We have lots to do. The pressure is high. But in this room are the big shots who lead the smartest people in the world, who work for the greatest company in the history of the world. We have to figure it out for our teams. We will. But know that that's your job as leaders, and embrace it. So pick up your lunch pail, get to work, and show your teams how it's done. Lead from the front. And finally, number 3, don't be an asshole. Be a big shot, but act like a little shot. From day one, my dad said, in tennis, you're going to be great. He knew it, and we made it happen together. But all along, he made sure when I got there to act like I've been there before. To be humble, to be graceful, to stay hungry, to be poised, to be appreciative, to be nice. Sure, have confidence, have an edge, have presence, have a stride in your step, but don't be an asshole. Be a Bjorn Borg, not a John McEnroe. Your reputation and the way you carry yourself is golden. Protect that and honor that. I actually think this is the most important part of this lesson for Google and where we are today. We are big shots. We earned that. But now, how will we carry ourselves? How will we remain humble and empathetic, even though we've been this successful? How do we counter the perceptions that we are a scary big shot, too arrogant, too powerful, too big for our own good? How will we stay on top? How will we fight all comers? How will we keep the eye of the tiger, but in a way that stays true to the values that this company was founded on and not being evil? In short, how do we act like little shots who just keep shooting? The future is ours to keep winning or to lose. As Philip said a couple of weeks ago, the next couple of years are going to be as hard as hell. But we have the people and we have the assets to stay on top. But it's going to require 3 things: hard work, leadership and sacrifice from the folks in this room. You have to show the way to your teams. And 3, it will require the grace and poise to carry ourselves like true champions. Big shots are only little shots who keep shooting. Thank you.